Okay, joining us is Atul Wasan tonight, and Mihir Bose is joining us from London. Arun Lal is with us from Bharatpur. Kunal, thank you very much. Kunal Pradhan of the Mumbai Mirror from our Mumbai link. Boria, I have seen many ridiculous answers in news conferences. But one ridiculous answer which I just cannot fathom is that when he is asked, Dhoni, he says what should happen? He says we should take more wickets and we should score more runs. I mean, what's going on? I mean, he repeated that ad nauseum in that press conference today. Is that what we want to hear?
I mean, you know what? I've actually been. Mihirda was also there. Mihirda was also there in some of his press conferences after the losses in England, and now here the couple of losses in Australia. You don't need to be in one of these press conferences. Just go and rewind the tape that you've heard at Lord's, and just say that this is from Melbourne. It's the same. People ask him these questions. So what's going wrong? What do you think is the problem? And he'll say, we need to score more runs and take more wickets. Come on. We know that you've got to score more runs and take more wickets. I mean, you need to give us better fodder. I mean, you need to sort of dig deep and come up with something. At least show more intent and show more passion in that press conference, because at the end of the day, the media is also doing a job and doing it seriously. The question that you were putting out, no taking away from the fact that Mahendra Singh Dhoni has done great deeds. I know Atul will say that he's won us the World Cup, the T20 and the 50-over format. All said and done, but every good thing has an expiry date. 2-0 down, 6 straight overseas losses. Pretty ridiculous captaincy in terms of setting defensive fields. Maybe another couple of test matches, the long rope. If it's 0-4, would you not move on and beyond Mahendra Singh Dhoni? I think we should, because his batting is also not doing the part. Does he deserve a place in that side in the first place, that he'll continue to captain the side? Is the batting and the lack of form taking a toll on his captaincy? Maybe Perth and Adelaide for sure, but if it's 0-4, maybe we need a change of guard at the top of the order.
Yeah, but why don't we don't want to talk about it? It's like you mentioned a change of guard. And Atul Wasan will jump out of the television screen. There will be a lot of people who will call for blue murder, and then they'll tell us, Kunal, they'll tell us, look at the positives. Let's try and sugarcoat the defeat. Wow, Gautam Gambhir is back in form. Umesh Yadav bowled well. Look at the positive side. Why is the media so negative? They'll say that, Kunal. They'll still try to sugarcoat this.
Arnab, I think the problem is a little different from what we're debating right now. Very honestly, in my opinion, I think it's something that we should have seen a long time ago. It's something that had been warned of for several years, which is that I think that this great Indian team that we had has basically reached a point where there is a lot of difference in international sport between somebody who's 36 years old and somebody who's 38 years old. Those 2-3 years can make a huge difference in terms of performance. I think we've reached a stage where this team is, no longer the team that we would like to remember it as. And, it's something that unfortunately is a very tricky situation, because, there has been no transition plan made for these players. Even now, nobody can suggest, I can't suggest that we should get rid of Tendulkar, Dravid or Lakshman, because very clearly they are the best players available in the country right now. The thing is that, planning like this should have been made a long time ago. And, we cannot keep expecting. Sorry. See, the thing is that, we got rid of, he retired, etc. Sourav Ganguly 3 years ago. The only place in the team that we have not been able to fill till now is the position that he had vacated. At that time, we thought it's going to be really easy. But the thing is that, the way the wheels have, in motion have worked in Indian cricket over the last 3-4 years, even though we knew that the problem is going to hit us very soon, we did nothing about it. We did not take, you can't groom talent in an away series in Australia. You have to send groomed talent there. And, that is what we have gone with, because we have not been able to find anybody so far. We have not made any effort to find anybody, on top of that.
If you speak any further on this particular subject, Kunal, I am afraid you will receive a phone call from Sourav Ganguly, who will tell you, I was forced to retire from international cricket at a time when I was in amazing form, and I should be brought back at number 6. No, seriously.
That is not the solution.
You know, that could be because we've experimented with everyone.
You know, that is not the solution, but I'm telling you, I think the Indian team would be much happier if he didn't have a mic in his hand, but had a bat in his hand in the middle. You know, but you know, that is not the solution. The solution is not looking behind. What has happened has happened. The solution is looking ahead. And you know, I think India is paying the price for not having looked ahead for so long. You know, you knew this is going to happen. And you know, we've reached a stage where, you know, we are not suffering after these players have retired. We are starting to suffer even while they're still there, because you know they're doing their best, and you know they are players who have played with quality, scored runs all over the world. You can't say about any of them that you know they're scared of short pitch bowling, etc. There are records to show that they've done it, but you know age and you know ability, it sort of wanes over time, and we never made a plan for when it would wane.
No,
you know we should have, yeah.
No, I agree, but Kunal, my question is to Dhoni's biggest defender, you know, Atul Vasan, who is with us yesterday, you know, and who's been shaking his head extremely gravely. I'm very worried tonight. But the fact is, Atul, for all that you say, you know, MS Dhoni has done great in limited overs cricket. But I'm sorry, he's thoroughly mediocre when it comes to Test cricket, especially outside the subcontinent. He's out of sorts. He's out of his depth when he needs to think out of the box. He's not Captain Cool, Dhoni. So Atul, where's the succession plan there? Is it time to think of one?
I don't think so. I think all this talk beats me, and what Kunal is saying, you know, the plan has been there. This is the result and the fruit of what Indian cricket and BCCI did, you know. We started the A tours. We used to lose every time we used to go abroad. Now at least we are winning 1 or 2 matches and drawing series rather than losing every time. This is because Virat Kohli's 5th trip to Australia. He has been there thrice with the core team, with the emerging tournaments team. They go to South Africa. So I think the system is robust, system has worked. That's why we won the World Cup. That's why we became #1 in Test team. Now the current situation, micro situation is, we do not know how to play well in 3-4 days consecutive. You know, we tend to do well in 1 or 2 sessions. One guy will have a spell, one guy will score a century, but we cannot keep up the intensity. That's why they had a lovely chance to win the first Test match. After 3 days, we were ahead. We gave it up. 2003, 2004, we almost won. We could not bat out 2.5 sessions. You know, so it's like golf. You got to hit 60, 70 good shots. It's not brilliant to win something. You can't hit 2 birdies and then go for a double bogey.
Why are you avoiding making a direct comment on the captain's mediocre performance in Tests?
No, I'll tell you. It's agreed. You know, he would the first person to agree that he has got a problem with his batting on these kind of pitches. But the guy has managed. And why are we talking about Sourav Ganguly? He has achieved more than Ganguly in 5 years and 3 years as a captain. You know, so let's not compare. The point is, how do you take it from here? You know, I think his captaincy, you can't be critical about being defensive. The other team has 260 for 4 on a good pitch. And the players are bowling both sides of the wicket. You know, what does he have to do?
Is he now Test captain for life?
No, not life. But
4-0 England,
really.
2-0 Australia. Are you saying he should be Test captain for life? And any commentary on him is scathing.
And now you're talking about, no, Arnav, you're talking about 3 players now. You know, Sachin is the highest scorer in this tour already in 2 matches. Rahul Dravid was the highest scorer in England. VVS Lakshman, yes. So the transition is there. You've got to phase them out in a manner, but he's not captain for life. But you give him enough time, because this is just a bad phase of last 6-7 months. Yes, he's playing too much cricket. He's playing every format, and I think he has to take a clear call on that. Take a leaf out of Michael Clarke's book. He gave up T20, and the result is T29.
Well, let me get Arun in. Arun, one comment I want you to come in on Dhoni, and the second on the broader picture about how tired and demotivated we are looking. Arun.
Well, certainly Dhoni would be facing a lot of pressure. Arnab, it's the toughest job on hand is the Indian captaincy. He's done it marvelously well so far. There are a lot of positives that he has. There are some negatives. You know, his strategic assessment of a situation that requires some tuning up. He will again improve as things go on, but he's got to win, and he's not winning, and that's why we are here discussing this. And the other thing is that he's going to be tired. He's bound to be tired, and I agree with Atul that he's got to take a call whether he's going to play all 3 formats and captain all 3 formats. That's going to take it stall further, especially when you are, you know, put under such a pressure, whether you're being annihilated when you go abroad. You were hammered in England, you're getting hammered in Australia, where you're supposed to do well. Now, the other thing, coming back to the broader picture is this, that we've got absolute champions. We love them, we adore them, and that'll always be the case. we will always remember, our great champions. But it's not their birthright to be in the team forever. Now, if you are performing well, yes, they will continue to perform because they're champions. If you're looking for a replacement that will replace VVS Lakshman, you're not going to find one. You've got to give him a long time. You've got to maybe go through 3 or 4 or 5 cricketers and then find the next VVS Lakshman who will or probably will be better than VVS Lakshman is today. If I go back to VVS Lakshman, when he started his career in international cricket, he tried almost every position. He was tried as an opener, he was tried as a middle order, he didn't succeed. But when he found his bearings, he is the champion that he is today. So let's not say that we can't find somebody. We will certainly find somebody. It will take time. And if I have to be annihilated with 40-year-olds, I'd rather be annihilated with 20-year-olds. That's the pressure these guys carry with them. They're champions. They've got to make you win under all conditions. And if they consistently do not perform in the international level, then I'm afraid you've got to go and you've got to find the next level.
How long a rope?